Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to Paradise Village. Ted here. Today we want to talk about miniature camp stoves and the problems I had last weekend. So give me a moment and I'll open it up. Okay, now first off, the containers they're familiar to most of us. We've seen them on YouTube and reviews before. The one I've got here is a little different. Okay, went camping Saturday. It was an overnighter. Camped with friends. We wanted to make coffee and we didn't want to use a wood fire to make coffee. She was cooking on her 2-burner stove. And so I dug out my little, and I'm going to have to spell it's ETEKCITY, ETEKCITY, with a nice little crest. Anyway, the wind is blowing like today. Actually worse, it was 29 kilometers an hour, and gusts were higher, even though we were in a semi-sheltered campground. The stove wouldn't stay burning. So I used the shield that I bought on the same order from Amazon with the stove. Now you might say, this looks a little weird. Yeah, it does. It looks incomplete. Here's a foot. Took it off while in the process of taking off this. Now this is actually positioned so with the, and as you can see, it failed. That plastic push button melted, the spring popped out, and it was a mess. So when I took it out, because it was almost touching the fuel tank, I took out a leg too. Now it's just one of those things. Turns out, I discovered looking at them, you know how everything is turning around. You know, I'm going to bring this up close. I want to be sure you can see. So I'm going to be viewing on my phone. Okay, so you can see that there's 3 steps there, and if I can get this angle quite right. Anyway, I took it off, and because it's melted, not just the red part, but if you look down into the black, you can see that the black piece is disshaped as well, because and all we cooked was a pot of coffee. We ran it on high heat, and until it started percolating, and then we turned it right down. So it had maybe 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, because we were only making 3 mugs of coffee. So what I did, I thought I'd let you know. If that happens to you, and it probably will if you have to use a windshield, I took off and the one leg, as well as, and I'm going to have, I always have fun getting these things to turn around for me the way I want them to. But anyway, they're about, you can reposition these things, and because I'm doing it in front of the camera, it gets more interesting, doesn't it? Okay, that's about the angle. Now as you can see, they're not perfect in no way, but anyway, it now will allow you to sit something on top of it without rocking. Like for instance, my phone. It'll sit on it and it doesn't jiggle or anything like that, because it did jiggle before with a coffee pot. Anyhow, I phoned and left a voicemail at the company in the United States, the agency for tech support, and I'm waiting for a phone call back. I'd like very much to get another one of these. Personally, don't need this extra foot. The 4th foot is like a table that you're trying to get it not to rock. You know, when you end up putting some paper underneath the foot, that kind of thing. The burner on it now, it will not burn in remain burning in a stiff breeze at all. It blew out on us, continually with my friend when the wind dropped, and he just puffed on it a little like that, and that was enough to put out. So definitely it's not an MSR pocket rocket that has a triangle, the three-legged windshield or windbreak on it. If it was, wouldn't have had to use the screen, the windscreen, to protect it. But anyway, wanted to give you this heads up. If you do have a problem and it happens to you, it's not dead. And personally, if I was to get another one of the first things I do is take off a leg, because that thing, coffee pot, had this flat bottom and it rocked. And I know, watching other people's videos on YouTube where they've compared this with the pocket rocket, and that was the one thing that they commented on too, was that they jiggled, they rocked. It's just not possible to have it perfectly level, and I understand that. Anyway, thought I'd give this to you for information, and use the information however you like. As far as burning, yeah, it didn't. The flame seemed to falter a bit, but it kept burning as long as it was shielded from the wind. All in all, not, as somebody else recommended, good to take on a long hike on the Appalachian Trail or the Pacific Rim or Trans-Canada Trail or something like that. But for recreational stuff, going for a picnic, out boating, whatever, you know, you want to make coffee or a ramen noodle soup or whatever to fry a fish, yeah, it'll do it. But don't depend on it for a great deal more than that. Okay, I'm going to keep this short, and therefore I'm not going to bore you. But please, if you would, I don't often remember, but if you would, if you'd like, comment, subscribe, I'd appreciate that. It's nice to know that folks are watching me. It's nice to know that I'm getting some comments back from not just from friends either, but some of the fellows there have given me some real good comments, and I appreciate them. So if you keep it up, I'll get to learn more and more as we go along. I'll even get to learn how to use that software that I packaged that I got, and hopefully with time I'll get to be able to turn out even better videos. Anyway, with that, I've got rain on the forecast. It's in the city, half an hour drive from me, so it's coming quickly, and I'm going to get out of here. Take care, have a good summer, be safe, and above all, enjoy. God bless.